Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video and welcome to the October Plan With Me. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna switch up these Plan With Me's videos because I have been realizing that they are not doing as well. One of those reasons might be that I'm talking about things that have nothing to do with writing sometimes and just random shit that is going on in my life. And I can see why some people are not interested in those kind of stuff. So I'm gonna switch the focus to be solely on writing and reading for these kind of updates or Plan With Me's. The Plan With Me October for now, for example, is gonna be focused on what I'm gonna do writing wise, author life wise for October, and also talking about things from September, but focusing on the writing specifically. But of course I also want to like pop in here and there things that I have been watching and things that I have been enjoying, like gaming, because that is part of my personality. Just the cozy vibes, especially now in autumn. I have lit a candle here on my bedside table and I'm wearing some darker lipstick and just feeling the autumnal vibe and the spooky vibe, I guess. So let's talk about September, shall we? So September is a difficult month to talk about for me writing wise, because in September I had just finished writing the first draft of the sequel to my debut novel. I had been working on that for a very long time, and I had also just come out of this very stressful time in my personal life. I was not going to talk about personal life, but here we are. If you have watched those Plan With Me's videos and you have followed me for the whole summer, you know that I was very stressed about my driving license, and I also had my first job that I needed to like focus on. It was a very stressful time this past summer for me. Coming out of that, I was feeling two feelings. I was feeling empty and I was feeling stressed. Not stressed because I was doing too much, but stressed because I wasn't doing anything. So after finishing the project, I had the goal of doing nothing. Like I wrote here in my planner that I would not write, I would just relax, read, not work on something new, not work on book 2 or like edits or something like that. Nothing. I did that for the first couple of days of September, or did I? No. I think the 1st of September or something, I began having like this stressful feeling that I wanted to write something new. And it was not a good feeling. Like I've had these kind of feelings before when I'm just overcome with creativity and just the ideas are coming to me really fast, and when it's going really easy for me to brainstorm and write. But it was stressful in the way that I didn't have the energy to work on something new. Like I knew this, I was very tired, and I would push myself to do it and think that since I could do this spring, like brainstorm a whole book, and I had a whole series about it, I thought that I could do it again with this series. But it was a whole new genre, and it would be novellas, so a 3-part series with novellas or short stories about 3 sisters, and it would be contemporary romance, adult contemporary romance. And my brain was jam-packed with all of these ideas. I wrote 3 synopsises, like 1 for each. So I know like if I do want to write this in the future, I have outline of the first book and I have, or novella, and I have a synopsis for each and every story. But that was such a bad idea. Like, why couldn't I just calm down? Why couldn't I just focus on reading and taking it easy and playing games? Because you're allowed to do that too. So I kind of hit a writing slump, but I wasn't writing at the time. I was outlining and brainstorming. And I think that project is definitely something that I want to do in the future, but I can't draft that much right now. Like I can't bring myself to draft right now. So at the midpoint of September, I had written synopsises for those 3 novellas, and I had outlined the first book or novella, and I had also put that project in the drawer and shut the drawer. So then for this other half of September, I have just been reading. I read 8 books in September, which is very good for me, but actually 4 full-length novels and 4 short stories. But that is a lot read in September, and I'm feeling very good about it. So that was my September, and let's go into October writing and reading plans. Also, a new thing that I'm gonna change with these Plan With Me's is that I'm not gonna use the usual Plan With Me method of writing in my planner. In the beginning of the year, I used the planner a lot, like the everyday stuff. But since then, I have been craving a planner that is specifically targeted towards writing, to be able to track my writing, because that is something that I did with my bullet journal. Because in my bullet journal, I had a way of tracking my word count and my writing from like every week to every month. And that was really successful for me because I was able to see my progress, and I have been able to look back on writing God's Rotten Ruin. I'm not now able to look back in my bullet journal and see like what I wrote each month and each week. But now with book 2, I did not have my bullet journal, and in this planner that I did in the beginning of the year, for me, myself only, this is just a life planner really, and a to-do list each day, and so it doesn't really suit my writing lifestyle and my writing life and what I want to be able to track, my projects, how many words I'm written, and goals, writing goals. And so this is a really good segue into that I have opened an Etsy shop for this specific reason. I'm currently selling one product in my Etsy shop, and it's a word tracker, a writing tracker or a planner. And I can show you right now actually what it looks like. So it's a digital writing tracker, and it's for 2023. I debated on doing a undated version of the tracker, but if you want to be able to like get an overview of your writing over the whole year, I needed to do a dated one with an overview. So we get here to the writing tracker, a planner for writers, because I need this in my life. You know, every day when I'm sitting down to write, I need to be able to track my progress and also goals and accomplishments throughout the months and years. So it's really simple. It's just 4 different pages in a PDF document, and it's digital. And that's a thing that I have used for a very long time now, the digital planners. And I know a lot of people like to use physical bullet journals and stuff, but I feel like this is way more environmentally friendly, like eco-friendly. I just feel like it's a much easier and quicker way to get what you need and want in planners. And the thing with this is that it's linked tabs. I would have done it month to month, but this is a smaller bundle with yearly planner or tracker, monthly tracker, weekly and daily trackers. And I'm planning to do the ultimate writing planner where there are months and there are goal settings and stuff like that. But this was the first project that I did that just has the digital trackers for you and me to use to track your writing. And it's linked tabs, so I don't know if you can see, but when I click on weekly, I get to the weekly tracker, and then I click on daily, get to the daily tracker, monthly, yearly, you name it. So here's the thing, when you buy this from my Etsy shop, the link is of course in the description. When you buy this in my Etsy shop, you will be able to download a PDF. And this PDF can be printed, so you can buy this tracker or these trackers and you can print them at home. I'm going to publish a black and white version of this and a little bit like different themes and stuff. But I'm gonna put up a black and white one, which is specifically for printing, because it's better than printing all these colors, I think. But how I am using it and how I would recommend using it is using Goodnotes. And Goodnotes is a note-keeping app that is so good for using PDF files and planners, and I'm using it and I have used it now for a year. I love it very much. So when you download the PDF on my Etsy shop, when you have bought the product, you get a PDF, then you can airdrop it from your computer or send it over via email or something to your platform. When you have used Goodnotes and downloaded it and everything, and you airdrop it from your computer to your iPad, it will pop up a window and you can choose what app you would like to open the PDF in. And for me, the first thing was Goodnotes. And if you click on Goodnotes, it will take you directly to the app, and there you can add it as a new document that you can write in. And so here, for example, with the yearly overview, I'm gonna use this as a project tracker. So for example, if I choose Project Full Moon, it's gonna be this orange. I can use this to color in what months I'm gonna work on this project or have worked on this project, and you can use different colors for different projects to track like what you did for each month of the year. So you can write here, maybe I worked on Project Full Moon from June to halfway into July, and this was really badly shown, but you get what I mean. And then maybe for book 2, this is not what I have done, clearly, if you're watching my plan with me, but then for book 2 I wrote for all of August and September maybe, and I'm gonna use it for projects, but you can also use different colors for maybe drafting and different colors for editing. And if you want to plan things ahead, you can like fill in which months you would like to do certain things or work on certain projects. But I really like this if you just want an overview of what you are planning and what you have done. If you want to, you can add this again, like add the template again, and you can use one as a planner and one as an overview. So then we get to the monthly tracker. So they name the months, so you can write the month up here, so maybe April, and then the actual month is undated. So I'm gonna use this as a writing goal type of spread, and therefore I put monthly writing goals. So here I can put write 5k, for example, and then for the whole month I'm gonna fill in which weekdays I'm gonna work on what, the goals, just an overview of the month, and then we get to the actual trackers, like word count trackers, because I feel like using the monthly overview or monthly tracker, it's difficult to actually track while using these boxes, but you can still use the total word count in the bottom. But the weekly writing tracker, if we just look here on Monday, you have an option of filling out if you wrote anything, so yes or no. And maybe you're like me, a person that would like to write something each day, then this would be a very good thing to remind you to write, I guess, each day. So then we have word count and sprints. I'm one of those that do sprints, and there's just 4 sprints because I didn't have room for more. And then a total word count, and that's for every single day of the week. But then we get to this box right here, favorite accomplishment of the week. And I find this really useful for goal setting and also keeping track of your progress, and also like celebrating your progress, because I feel like that is something that internationally people are really bad at, celebrating the good things that are happening in your life. And I worded it favorite accomplishment of the week because you might have accomplished a few things, but what is most important to you in terms of writing, or maybe not writing at all. Maybe you can write, I was able to take a walk every day and I prioritized my mental health before writing, or it could be anything. But I wanted to focus on your favorite accomplishment of the week because that is the most important thing. And then we have the daily trackers. So I took a little bit of the weekly tracker and I expanded it for the daily one. So for the daily, we have, of course, did I write today or not? Because otherwise the other things would be really not that fun to fill out if you hadn't written anything. So today I want to accomplish. So this is acting maybe as a to-do list when it comes to writing. So when you're sitting down going to do a writing session, what do you want to accomplish? If it is word count, or if you want to get through a whole chapter that you're rereading or editing, whatever you want to accomplish, you can write it down here as a to-do list and you can check it off as you go. Then we also have the word count, of course, or sprints. But then I also have favorite sentence of the day. And I'm really bad at this, so I wanted to incorporate this so that I can use it more myself. But I'm really bad at appreciating my own writing and actually finding my own writing good when I'm writing it, because oftentimes when I'm drafting, I'm just thinking about pumping the words out, that I don't really look back and actually think about sentences that were actually good or bad. But my favorite sentence of the day, it doesn't have to be like good grammatically, but it just has to be your favorite. So it could be whatever type of sentence that you want, and you can write it out, or you can just skip this and doodle something maybe, I don't know. Then we have also favorite accomplishment of the day, and then total word count. So this is the tracker that you can find in my Etsy shop, and I can also bring you a little sneak peek on what other things are being uploaded into the shop. So we have printable monthly writing trackers, black and white with a honeycomb theme, and then I'm also working on the ultimate writing planner with goal setting as well as the trackers, but I have only done the trackers and it looks like this. I'm thinking about changing up the style a little bit, but it's supposed to be like midnight or dusk theme. So it's a little bit darker colors, and this of course can be printed, but it is best used as a digital project. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit more, but the printables will definitely be in my shop very soon. So now I have showed you my little project. In my last vlog I talked about this, and I talked about being stressed about it, and I wasn't able to update you then, but I was able to update you now. So it would mean the world if you would check out my Etsy shop and maybe buy it for yourself. You can buy it from whatever country you're living in, and it is in English, all in English, so it hopefully will be easy for you guys to use. So this tracker will definitely be a big part in the plan with me's going forward, because I'm gonna use it when I draft. Maybe not when I'm editing. I haven't really decided yet. Maybe I will do an editing tracker for that purpose only. So this was kind of the segue between what I have done in September, because I did do this in September, but it is also what I'm gonna be doing in October. So I'm gonna keep working on those products and keep putting out products on my Etsy shop for you guys to purchase. And the tracker is only $7.5, so around $7. And if you purchase it, you get 10% off the next purchase in my shop. So if you want to purchase that and also the printables later on, you can do it for 10% off. But then let's go to the writing stuff that I'm planning in October. I actually, in September, began rereading Project Full Moon. I forgot to talk about that, but we can talk about it now. After feeling so stressed about the new projects, I really felt like I was bored just sitting around playing games or reading all day, so I wanted to do something productive writing wise, but I didn't feel like drafting. So I picked up Project Full Moon and I started rereading it and taking notes. And if you haven't watched my latest vlog, I can link that in one of these corners and also in the description below, because in that vlog I am doing like the first 8 chapters, maybe 7 chapters, and I'm probably gonna do more vlogs on that in the future. And the plan for October is to work on that on and off when I feel like it. Like for today, for example, I'm gonna work on maybe 2 chapters and it will still be enough that I'm going forward, but I'm not stressing it and I don't have a goal of finishing the editing or the first reread of it in this month, because I'm waiting on Gods of Rot and Ruin, the second round of edits with the publisher. So until then, I'm gonna work on Project Full Moon. And so far, it has been really fun to reread the project. You know, it has all these spooky fall vibes with witches and demons and magic, and so it really fits the vibe that I'm feeling right now with the autumn and the leaves turning brown and yellow and red. I just feel like it's fitting to work on that now. And then I don't think the cover reveal is gonna happen in October, because I haven't heard anything from the publishers about that. They have been very busy with the book fair in Gothenburg, the biggest book fair in Scandinavia, in Sweden, I don't know. It is a very big book fair. Every single big author is there, every single big publisher is there, and non-Swedish speaking people as well. They did really well. So I want them to take their time with like gaining energy back from that whole experience, and I'm really sad that I wasn't able to be there, but I will next year. But like I said, I don't know if the cover reveal is happening, I don't know if I'm gonna get the next edit back. So that's the plans for October, but let's get into the books that I read in September. So in September I read 4 short stories and 4 full-length novels, and the short stories are all in Swedish, so I'm just gonna go through them really quick. The first one was Våren över Helsingborg by Gabriella Piacelen. I gave the book or the short story 3 stars. It's the second part in a short story series by Gabriella Piacelen and Caroline Hurtig, and then also read the first one in that short story series, which is called Snöfall över Göteborg by Caroline Hurtig. I gave the book 3 stars. I think I read them in order, but it's shown up out of order in my Goodreads. But then I read Solsken över Mollösund by Caroline Hurtig, and then I read another short story, not in the same series, which is called Viljans makt, and it's by Emily Beyer, and I gave the book 4 stars. But then I read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and it's the companion series to Caraval by the same author, and it's from Evangeline Fox's point of view, and we get to see Prince of Hearts, and it's so good. And I am seeing right now so many people reading the second one because it has just released, and people saying that they cried, they are angry, and they want like another book. They are shocked at the ending of the second book, and I just need to buy it right now and read it. So I gave the book 4 stars. I'm hoping that the second book will be 5 stars. Then I read 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim, and I gave the book 4 stars because it was just a really cozy, kind of calm and silent, and that kind of YA fantasy book. There's magic and there's dragons, like water dragons, and this was the thing with the other duology that she has written, Elizabeth Lim, Spin the Dawn and Unravel the Dusk. Spin the Dawn I gave 4 stars too, and Unravel the Dusk I thought was really bad, and I gave 2 stars too. And I found that with the first one, Spin the Dawn, it had this same magical, whimsical, calm kind of energy to it that I really liked. I didn't rush reading it, and I felt like in the end with 6 Crimson Cranes, it was a page turner, because I wanted to keep reading it, and plot twist after plot twist, I didn't know where it was going. I'm really excited to read the sequel of this as well. Maybe this fall will be the season of sequels for me. Maybe, hopefully. I still need to read Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo, which is the sequel to King of Scars. Yeah, I do have a few sequels I need to get to. We don't have to talk about it. But then I read a book that surprised me, and that was The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I read the book and initially gave it 4.5 stars, but then the day went on and I felt myself thinking about it all the time, and so I gave it 5 stars. Silvia Moreno Garcia wrote Mexican Gothic, which is a gothic horror type of book, kind of historical but also very horror and a little bit of romance. I love the book. I gave it 4 stars actually, but I still really love the book and I think about it still to this day, and I read it 1 year ago. This one, she was very clear on her Goodreads page for this book that this is very different from Mexican Gothic. It is a historical romance, also a drama. There's a little bit of magic in it because 2 of our main characters are or has the telekinetic power, so they are able to move things with their mind. So there's a little bit of magic, but it is not centered around magic like with Mexican Gothic, and it was very beautiful. But what I found with both of her books is that the beginning part is really slow. When I was reading the beautiful ones, I kept thinking that, oh my god, this is gonna be a 3 star, I can feel it now, it's gonna be 3 star, it's not really good, I don't really feel like this is a romance, like where is the romance going, because there's a lot of like betrayal and confusion, and maybe it's a love triangle, maybe not. Is he gonna end up with this person or this person? Where is the story going? I couldn't really tell while I was reading it. But then I went on a trip up through the country and I was sitting in a car for a really long time and I just flew through this book and it was so good. It is a romance, but it is not romantic in the sense that, you know, Bridgerton might be, because I feel like people has compared this book to the Bridgerton series or Julia Quinn books. This is not a fun and fluffy kind of romance. It is filled with betrayal and trust issues and heartbreak. It also tackles things like class issues and like the society and the systems. But the one critique that I have for this book is the title and the way the title is connected to the book, because the beautiful ones, people call certain people in the society for the beautiful ones, but I thought that some kind of magic was connected to the beautiful ones. That's just a kind of title or a group of people that is called the beautiful ones, and there wasn't really an explanation for this name, why it was there, who gets to be called a beautiful one. It wasn't addressed in a way that I would have liked it to be addressed, because I was just confused every time the name came up. And since the book is called that, you would think that it's a very important thing in the book. It's not, but it's still a nice title and it's a very beautiful book cover. And I don't know if Silvia Moreno Garcia is a must-buy author for me, but she writes such interesting fiction, and I don't know if you would call this speculative fiction, but you can't really know like what type of genre the book is or what themes are discussed. There's a lot of themes discussed, but you can't really pinpoint a specific one, and it's just very whimsical-esque, but not in the childish way, but in the very dark kind of whimsical way. So like I said, I don't know if she's a must-buy, but at the same time, when I read synopsis of her works, I want to read her next one, because she just came out with a book that she called historical sci-fi that is called The Daughter of Dr. Moreau. I can put up a picture here. I do want to buy that and read that because she might become my favorite author. I don't know. But the last book that I read is Varghamn by Sara Dahlengren, and this is a Swedish book, and this series is a shapeshifter series, so each book follows a different couple, paranormal, romance at its best, and I gave the book 4 stars because it was really good. The tension in this book was everything. For the first one, there was a shapeshifter and a human, but this one is 2 shapeshifters, and the tension that created was very, very good. And I have the 3rd book on my shelf. I have a feeling that will be just as good. But that is every book that I have finished in September, and I don't think I will be able to finish anything more, because currently I'm reading The Undead Rules by Julie Kagawa, the first book in Eden's Blood, and I don't know, I expected more romance from this book, because this is said to be a paranormal romance. It's published by Harlequin Paranormal, and it begins with our character becoming a vampire. Spoiler alert, she's becoming a vampire. And then up until the halfway of the book, she is with this one character. And like in the beginning, I'm beginning to think that maybe she will get with this character. Maybe he's the love interest. But he doesn't really show our main character any real interest. And she isn't interested in him in that kind of way. Because he is her mentor and teaches her all things vampire. But that was half of the book. So now I'm thinking, where the heck is the romance? Because it says here paranormal romance, because I couldn't help myself. I checked further on in the book, and she's gonna get with a new gang and maybe there will be romance there. But I had really been hoping for like a vampire romance, in the sense that she gets with the vampire that turned her, because I'm just craving that. I'm on page 182, almost halfway through. Like I said, I don't really have high hope for this anymore, because where the story is going right now, I can't really see it as a 4-star read. And the sad part is that I won't stick through like the second or the third book to be able to know if she ends up with anyone or with the guy from the beginning, which is sad. And other than that, I don't really have any more reading plans, like except for finishing this one. I do want to read another romance book, so I might pick up The Lala Green Doesn't Care. I don't know the author. It's sitting on my shelf right now. I can put up a picture here so you can see the author's name, but I'm thinking to pick up something contemporary because it's a palette cleanser between like fantasy stuff. I think I need one after this. But with that said, that was my new kind of plan with me setup. I hope that you enjoyed it. And don't forget to check out my Etsy shop. It's linked in the description below. You can buy the product from wherever you are. If you have a printer or an iPad or another platform that you can write things on, you can use this product. And also leave a like and a comment below and let me know if you want any more, like any specific products in my Etsy shop that you would like to see. And also let me know what your plans for October are. Are you gonna write something? What project are you writing on? How is writing life going for you right now? And what are your plans for October? And subscribe, because I post a new video every week, every Thursday, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!